Next again we'll go for a different number. Find the remainder when 7 power 69 is divided by 4. This is another way of doing it. So here you can see that 7 power 69 when you divide by 4. First thing is what you can do is for any number, whenever you have the base here, the base is 7 here. 7 if it is greater than the divisor, you can directly find the remainder first, then raise to the same power. So 7 by 4 you are getting remainder as 3. So that 3 you are writing, and then the same power will be continuing with that. So now you have 3 power 69. So this 3 power 69 again can be written as per this whatever is given here, like 3 power 68 into 3 by 4, and 3 power 68 again bring 1 2 inside, this becomes 9 power 34 into 4 divided by 4, sorry, into 3 divided by 4. So you can see that 9 by 4 you're going to get remainder as 1, so it's going to become 1 power 34 into this 3 whatever you have by 4, so that's nothing but 3. So this actually this is one way of doing it. Let me also tell you like how to do this one. So first thing is, like, you have the 6 power 69 will be brought down to 4 power 69. So this is one way of doing this. And now you're going to see I'm going to show this in another way of doing this problem, that is 7 power 69. When you're dividing this by 4, first thing is for the base you're taking it, like whatever you have done here, the same thing is going to be 3 power 69 by 4. Okay, and there are two different ways of doing this. One is like going for the negative remainder, and this other method is going for the cyclicity you're going to see here. So this is what like in the units digit, whatever you have done, you can do the same way. You just take 3 power 1 by 4. What is the remainder? The remainder is 3. Then go for 3 power 2 by 4. What is the remainder? 3 power 2 is 9. 9 by 4, remainder is 1. Then again go for 3 power 3 by 4. What is the remainder? So you know that whenever you have to go for the 3 power 3, in 3 power 2 itself we got 1. This into 3 you have to do it. So into 3 means again you are going to get 3. Otherwise also you can just find out 3 power 3 is 27. 27 by 4 is 3. Okay, so you can see that it is repeating. That means again what you do here is, whatever you're getting here, this 3, as the base we are going on increasing, the powers are increasing, so the base is going to repeat again and again. So therefore we are going to multiply every time into base. So 3 into 3 is 9. 9 by 4, remainder is 1. 1 into 3 is 3. 3 by 4, remainder is 3. Again 3 into 3 is 9. 9 by 4 is going to be 1. So you can see it's a cycle of 2. Either is going to be 3 or it is going to be 1. And also it's based on the power. So you can see that when the power is odd, it is going to be 3. When the power is even, it's going to be 1. Same thing here also you can see. So directly we can say by seeing this, normally the method is when the remainder, when you have this cycle as 2, it's repeating up to 2. So then in that case, what you can do is, you can just take this power, whatever you have, and divide by 2 and take the remainder. The remainder here is 1. So if it is 1, it's going to be first in the pattern. So this is going to repeat for every number. So I'm just writing this method for this. So remainder you are going to consider. If the remainder is 1, it's going to be first in the cycle. And the last always is going to be 0. So here only 2 cycles. Cycle is 2. So therefore you will have 1 or 0 as a remainder. So if it is 1, it's going to be 3. If it is 0, it's going to be 1. So now we are getting 1. Therefore the answer is 3. This is another way of doing it. Okay, so we'll go for the next is negative remainder. That we'll see that. So here alternate method using this negative remainder is going to do it. What do you mean by negative remainder? So negative remainder, normally we will not be using that as such. We will convert that again as a positive remainder. But finding the negative remainder, sometimes it's going to be useful. So here negative remainder meaning is, let me take an example. The example is, when you consider a number, suppose I say when you have this as 13, when you divide by 4, what is the remainder? You know that 12 goes, the balance will be 1. Easy to find because 12 is a multiple of 4. So after that you have 1 extra, so therefore the remainder becomes 1. But at the same time, suppose I say 11 by 4, what is the remainder? Then you need to go for 8. After 8 it is 3. Instead of that, we can do the other way. You know that for this we had taken 12 as the exact multiple of 4, and then it is 1 more than that, therefore that's the remainder. Similarly, here it is 1 less than the exact multiple of 4. So you're going to have minus 1 as a remainder. So you have 12 as a multiple. If it is 1 more than that, it's going to be 1 as a remainder. If it is 1 less than that, it's going to be minus 1 as a remainder. Suppose you have 2 more than that. So like 14, if you have 14 by 4, you know the remainder is going to be 2. And now you come here for 10. 10 by 4. I'm just giving a small number so that understanding becomes easier. So 10 by 4, when you go, you know that it is 2 less than 12. Therefore, it's going to be minus 2. Okay. And now, you can't use this negative remainder directly. So what I can do is, whenever you get negative remainder, you just have to add the divisor to that to get the actual remainder. So the actual remainder is 3. Okay. So here, in this case also, you're going to add the divisor, that is nothing but 4, and you get 2 is the answer. Okay. So the same thing you're going to extend for any bigger number.